the activists, the advocates who are willing to put their freedom on the line, they give me a lot of hope. Young people in particular give me a lot of hope. And one young person especially is giving me a lot of hope. I saw this kid's clip go viral because a number of people tagged me in his clip, because I guess some people thought this young man wearing smart-looking chinos and a nice button-down Oxford shirt, has his hair parted a little bit off on the side. They thought maybe this young man and I bear a passing resemblance. This is a 12-year-old boy from Harrison School District 2 in southeast Colorado Springs, who was kicked out of class for having a Gadsden flag on his backpack. And a Gadsden flag, that's the one with the snake, and it says, "Don't tread on me." This is one of the very earliest American flags. It dates back to the American Revolution. It was a flag that was waved very high by the Patriots during the Revolution. And the DEI, counselor and enforcer of liberal policies at this school harangued this young man and his mother for having the audacity to show a symbol of the American Revolution.
The reason that they do not want the flag, the reason we do not want the flag displayed, is due to its origins with slavery and slave trade. That is what was...
Just put a pause right there. So you see the mother says, in the American Revolution, and the woman at the same time, she goes, in slavery. It's about... Now, of course, the Gadsden flag has nothing whatsoever to do with slavery. It's just... This isn't something that is debatable or, well, you have your opinion, I have my opinion. It just has no connection. I don't know how else to put it. If you're in any way literate about history of not that long ago, just a couple hundred years, you would know that. But why does this counselor lady think that the Gadsden flag has something to do with slavery? Well, because she knows that the mother is right, that the flag has to do with the American Revolution, and presumably she's read the only popular document that has suggested that the American Revolution was about slavery, and that was Nicole Hannah-Jones's, the New York Times' 1619 Project, the thesis of which was the American Revolution was fought to protect slavery. It's completely made up. Even left-wing academic historians wrote a letter saying this is complete nonsense. It's not true whatsoever. The New York Times did, after the fact, very subtly have to retract that claim. But it doesn't matter. They put millions and millions of dollars into spreading this total lie, this fake news, and it's made it into schools. It didn't just sit in the newspaper. The point of it was to affect curricula, and it has affected curricula, including the many, many very ignorant, I don't say that to disparage these people, I'm just pointing out they don't know a lot of things, very ignorant apparatchiks who are working around these schools who, I don't know, they read it once in the New York Times, and okay, so now that's the established fact. So you can see how an ignorant person could be duped by that. Well, the consequences, if those ignorant people are in positions of power, then they're going to boot out a basic American symbol. Keep going.
That's the reasoning behind them not displayed.
The Gadsden flag.
The "Don't tread on me."
Okay. Which is the Gadsden flag. Okay.
The bag can't go back. It's got the patch on it because we can't have that in and around other kids. So that's what I was trying to, and then he said you were close. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with slavery. That's like the Revolutionary War patch that was displayed when they were fighting the British.
I am here to enforce the policy that was provided by the district.
Okay.
And definitely you have every right to not agree with it. I mean,
because the
absolutely.
ACLU says that he's allowed to wear that if you go on their website.
I love this. It goes on and on for, I think, 2.5, 3 minutes. And that woman, which she said, this is the most depressing part of the whole video. It's what this ignorant bureaucrat at this school says. Says, yeah, it's about slavery. And the mother goes, it's just not. She goes, yeah, okay. Well, I obviously don't have any arguments to back up my point. So, look, I'm just following orders, man. I'm just here to enforce the policy of the district. I don't know anything about the reasoning for the policy. I don't know anything about American history. I don't care about the justice of the policy or the truth of the claim that it's based on. I'm just kicking your kid out of class anyway. La, 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 la. I don't care. I don't care. Right now, text Knowles to 989898. As central banks in countries like China, India and Australia begin transitioning to a digital currency, the Federal Reserve has been contemplating the same for the US. With a digital currency, the government could track every single purchase you make. Officials could even prohibit you from purchasing certain products and easily freeze or seize your money. These are some of the reasons that concerned Americans reach out to Birch Gold. They want to have a physical asset like gold that is independent of the US dollar. You can protect your IRA or 401k by diversifying with gold from Birch Gold. Historically, gold has been a safe haven in times of high uncertainty, which is right now. Learn if gold is right for you too. Text Knowles, Knowles, to 989898, and they will send you a free info kit on gold. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, thousands of happy customers, and countless 5-star reviews, I trust Birch Gold to help you diversify into gold. If a central bank digital currency becomes a reality, it will be nice to have some gold to depend upon. Text Knowles, Knowles, to 989898. One of the oldest flags in American history. It's not even my favorite flag. The Gadsden flag is in many ways more anodyne than the earlier American flags. The Gadsden flag is today often associated with the Libertarians or the Tea Party. It's often associated with people who basically just are focused on economic issues or who just want to be left alone. It's not the flag waved by hardcore social conservatives, usually. It's not the flag waved by the populists today, usually. Then you could see how maybe it would be slightly more controversial. It's not. It's waved by nice, ordinary libertarians. It's waved by sophomores in college who read Ayn Rand for the first time. It's waved by people who have a passing interest in 18th century American history. It's so basic. It's so anodyne. There are much more hardcore early American flags. The very first American flag, the oldest known flag, is a flag called the Bedford flag. And the Bedford flag is an arm covered in a knight's coat of arms, holding a sword, and it says Vince aut morire, win, conquer, or die. That's a little bit more hardcore. And I think actually those two flags represent a shift in the way the right is thinking about politics. For many years, for probably the last 30 years, especially over the last 15, the American right has been the Gadsden flag right. Don't tread on me, leave me alone, do whatever you want to do, just don't make me pay for it, and go do your own thing, and I'm going to do my own thing. That hasn't worked because bureaucrats like that lady in that school are always going to come and try to stop you from doing what you want to do, and worse yet, stop you from exercising your rights, and worse yet, stop you from speaking the truth. That's always going to happen. We live in a society, no man is an island entire unto himself. And so I think you're going to see a shift from that early American flag, the Gadsden flag, toward an even earlier one, Vince aut morire. We are going to win these cultural battles. We're going to duke them out. We're going to win these cultural battles, or our view is just going to die out, and our traditions are going to die out, and our way of life is going to die out. But we are not all going to just kumbaya, agree to disagree, and go along to get along. We are going to have to enshrine certain things as true and certain things as false. Either true American history is going to be taught in schools, or the 1619 Project BS is going to be taught in schools. Either that lady is going to be enforcing a false view of American history and bad education policies, or we're going to boot her out of that school and we're going to get a good educator in there to enforce good policies with true facts. This is what Ron DeSantis saw in Florida. This is why DeSantis focused so much on education. We all have to do it. And now, just to put a bow on it, I know people have asked if this young man and I have any relation. I would just like to say that boy is not my son, to the best of my knowledge. As we hear in the Odyssey by Homer, as we hear in William Shakespeare, it is a wise child who knows his own father. But far as I can tell, that boy is not my son. I am proud of him anyway. I'm very proud. That's a very sharply dressed, rightly ordered, well-behaved, courageous young man. Good on him, and good on the mother. What a great clip that was, huh? Now, make sure that you ring the bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles Show podcast. We'll see you next time.